Trump has left instructions with the US military. If Iran kills him or tries to, 1,000 missiles launch immediately. Thousands more follow. Iran gets decimated. He posted it on social media. He also said Israel came up with nothing on the assassination plot. But the missiles are still locked and loaded. US President Donald Trump has issued one of his starkest warnings yet to Iran, saying he has already instructed the US military to launch devastating retaliatory strikes if Tehran attempts to assassinate him. In a Truth Social post, Trump claimed that 1,000 missiles are locked and loaded and aimed at Iran, adding that thousands more would immediately follow if the Iranian government carried out or even attempted an attack against the sitting US president.
1,000 missiles are locked and loaded and aimed at the Islamic Republic of Iran, with thousands of more to immediately follow. Should the Iranian government act on its threat, pronounced in many corners of the globe, to assassinate or attempt to assassinate the sitting president of the United States of America, in this case, me? Orders have already been given, and the US military is ready, willing, and able for a 1-year period of time, subject to extension, to completely decimate and destroy all areas of Iran.
Trump said the military order would remain in effect for 1 year, with the option of extension, warning that any assassination attempt would trigger an overwhelming US response. The president reinforced that message in an interview with the New York Post, saying he had personally left instructions for unprecedented military action if he were harmed.
I've left instructions, if anything happens, to just literally bomb them at levels that they've never seen before.
Trump's comments came after the Wall Street Journal reported that Israel had shared intelligence with Washington, suggesting a new Iranian plot to assassinate the US president. However, CNN reported, citing US officials, that the Israeli intelligence may have been intended to influence Trump's deliberations over whether to escalate military action against Iran. Speaking to the New York Post, Trump dismissed suggestions of a fresh plot, but insisted Iran has viewed him as its top target for years.
No. Israel came up with nothing. No. I've been #1 on Iran's kill list for a long time, and it's the way life is, you know.
The assassination threats trace back to January 2020, when Trump ordered the US drone strike that killed Qasem Soleimani, commander of Iran's Quds Force. The rhetoric has intensified further following the funeral processions for Iran's slain supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, where mourners chanted "Death to America" and banners reading "We will kill Trump" were displayed in Tehran. Earlier this week, while attending the NATO summit in Ankara, Trump publicly stated that he was #1 on the kill list for Iran. His latest warning also comes as U.S. Iran tensions continue to spiral after Washington carried out retaliatory strikes against Iranian targets following attacks on commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, raising fears that the confrontation between the two countries could escalate even further. Trump says the ceasefire is over. Now, behind closed doors, his team reportedly has a new name for America's renewed military campaign against Iran: Operation Bitch Slap. Informal, provocative, and designed to send a message, it reflects a White House preparing for days or even weeks of strikes if Tehran refuses to back down. According to reports, US President Donald Trump is prepared for a prolonged military campaign against Iran if Tehran continues attacking commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz and expands its regional missile strikes. Sources familiar with internal discussions told the New York Post that some administration officials have informally begun referring to the renewed offensive as "Bitch Slap," a colloquial nickname intended to signal a painful but decisive response rather than an official military operation. The reported code name follows Trump's increasingly aggressive rhetoric after he declared the 60-day ceasefire and the subsequent memorandum of understanding with Iran effectively over.
We just hit them very hard, and I'd say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20. And we did it last night, They did a little something today, but it was really retribution for last night. They hit actually 3 boats, not 2. And when they hit, we hit back much harder.
Are we returning to a full-scale military conflict, sir?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly. They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
If they want to make a deal, why do you think they attacked commercial vessels?
Because they're sort of crazy, to be honest with you. They're sort of crazy. They're a little bit out of control, but they want to make a deal. Badly.
According to officials, the duration of the campaign will depend entirely on Iran's next move. While Trump has repeatedly said he still prefers the conflict to end quickly, sources close to the White House say he has made it clear that if Iran continues firing on ships or attacking American interests, Washington will respond with even greater military force. Washington claims the latest strikes targeted around 90 Iranian military facilities, including missile and drone launch sites, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps command centers, air defense systems, radar installations, and logistics infrastructure. Trump has also warned that future options remain on the table, including renewed blockades and strikes against critical Iranian infrastructure. Officials familiar with internal deliberations say Trump is making decisions largely on instinct rather than through lengthy consultations, giving himself maximum flexibility between expanding military operations and returning to diplomacy if Tehran changes course. Meanwhile, the New York Post has reported that Israel has signaled that it is prepared to join future American military operations if requested. Sources in Jerusalem said Israel has already demonstrated its willingness to stand alongside the United States and would be ready to do so again should the conflict escalate further. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz also declared that the Israel Defense Forces are prepared to strike Iran for a 3rd time, and with even greater force if necessary.
The IDF is alert and ready to renew the campaign, to achieve renewed air superiority, and to strike. Blue and white in Iran to remove threats, even for the 3rd time. If we succeed in returning, we will return with even greater strength.
However, Israeli officials believe Tehran is currently avoiding direct attacks on Israel, preferring instead to focus its retaliation on American military assets across the region. Despite the military escalation, diplomatic channels have not been completely abandoned. Trump has left open the possibility of renewed negotiations through senior officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner, should Iran decide to return to the negotiating table.